Hello, my beautiful and handsome collective. How are we doing today? Welcome to TT's Tarot. This is going to be a message for my beautiful and handsome Aries. Happy birthday, my loves. Hopefully, everybody's doing well, having a great birthday month. So, let's just get right on into it, right? Remember to take what resonates, leave the rest. Do not force it to fit. Place yourself where you belong in to the situation. Cross watchers, you are welcome. Let's see. I hope everybody's been blessed on their endeavor so far. All right, Aries, let's just get right on into it. Let's see. We're going to start with the True Intentions Oracle deck. My Aries collective. Spirit, protect me as I channel this message for my beautiful and handsome Aries collective. Any interferences are blocked and return to center tenfold. Thank you, Jesus. Please give me clear, concise messages, confirmation for my collective for their highest good. Aries. Okay. We've got goodbye at the bottom of this deck. Let me clarify these for Aries. This one. This one. This one. This. Message of concern at the bottom of this deck. So there's someone here in your energy. They are not who you think they are. And they have secrets. You could have maybe went on a date with this person and they canceled, or they had to cancel it, or you had a date plan. Something about a date. We got somebody is in their head about this. Somebody could portray that they have more than they actually do have. That's why they can't take you on a date. They could be extremely immature, or they could have children. The first cards will clarify our date in the reverse. It says, I like you and I would love to get together and learn more about you, in the reverse, along with child. I don't know how you would interpret that, but we're going to pull tarot to get some confirmation. Clarify these for me, please. My Aries collective. Yes. Clarify these to me. Clarify my Aries collective. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Trying to build my channel. Once I get to 500 subscribers, I can do live readings for you guys. Clarify these for me, Spirit, please. Somebody could be blocking you from going on a date with this person with some type of magic or... Oh, this could be a divine partner. This Queen of Swords is blocking some type of way. They could just be doing this by words, because I feel like with the Queen of Swords, I feel like they're, putting some like negative stuff out in the energy, and it's like blocking you in some type of way. Why the child? They could be very immature. Period. That's why the child is here. This Queen of Swords could be Knight of Swords. Yeah. Speaking some type of ill on your name to have you in this like bad energy. Yeah, with the Four of Wands, Seven of Swords, and Ace of Cups and passion. This person is obsessed with somebody walking away from the situation quickly. They're definitely speaking on your name to your divine partner. Ace of Swords. Truth. Aries. They could have cut you off abruptly. The Moon, secrets. There's something you don't know. There's something you don't know, Aries. Okay. This person's... They've said some things about you. Whether they're true or not, it's causing some type of stagnancy in your life. Or stopping something from happening with a divine partner. The next cards we will be clarifying are Imposter and Despair. It says, I'm not who you think I am. Despair. Maybe they have a whole nother life, your divine partner, that you don't know about. Maybe they're the imposter. Maybe whoever this Queen of Swords is the imposter. But there's an imposter here. I think it's this Queen of Swords that's stopping this divine partnership. But I don't believe they're in despair. I believe they want despair for you. This imposter wants you to be in despair. Check it though. Better clarify these two cards for me, please. Imposter. Imposter. Yeah. They worked really hard for this ending with between you and your divine partner. But this was actually divinely guided because somebody their emotional games backfired on them and caused some type of exposure and ending. This could have been somebody that you put a lot of work into, a lot of time and effort. With the Magician and the Three of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, you put a lot of work into this person. You put a lot of time and effort and love into this person. But something was definitely exposed. You see this Death card? The sun is shining down. And then here, divine guidance. The sun is shining down again. This was divinely guided. This ending needed to happen for some reason, for a greater purpose. There was a lesson here to be learned. Something that you're going to need with you in your purpose, I feel like. Whatever has to do with this lesson, you're going to need that knowledge for something that has something to do with your purpose. Because even though, yeah, they Two of Wands, the Sun, they were tested. Ace of Wands, Nine of Swords, they did not pass. I believe this Queen of Swords was a test, some type of test, divinely guided for sure. Maybe one more for those imposter despair. So I feel like King of Swords. Yeah, this Queen of Swords sees your person as their counterpart. They want them to cut you off. They may have done it, but they were not fulfilled. It led them to some type of emotional poverty, lack, some type of lack. Because the next cards we clarify are secret and poverty, some type of lack because of some secret. They could have fell for some type of illusion, some type of word manipulation. Look, innocence and lovers just popped out. This person could have portrayed you to be like some type of emotional manipulator, but it's been proven with it in the reverse that you are not. But it definitely caused they caused you to, they probably ghosted you or like stopped talking to you as much. With the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords, you could have felt like they really betrayed you when they did this. This was definitely a divine partner. There was an ending. Somebody's in despair. They could be stuck with this Queen of Swords now. Libra, Aquarius, Scorpio. Scorpio again. Alright, can you please clarify these two for me, Spirit? Poverty is secret. There's something I'm holding back from you, it says. Clarify this for me, please. Yeah. So apparently there was some type of business deal here on the table. Yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles. There was some type of business offer here at the table, or it was disguised as some type of business offer, but it was actually an Ace of Cups. They thought they were going towards money opportunities. They were actually going towards a union. With the Three of Swords and the Four of Wands, they could have broke your heart for another union. But now they're feeling, the secret they're holding on to is keeping them in some type of lack. Because with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, this was not a financial opportunity. It was, in fact, a love opportunity. There was some type of miscommunication. It was not what they thought. They thought they were going to come up on money, when it all actually left them holding some secrets and in poverty. They broke their own heart, I see. Hmm. Yeah, they were not holding back from this, whatever this is. They definitely went for the money opportunity, and it backfired. They could have thought it was the most logical thing, with the King of Swords. They could have felt like, of all like their choices or whatever, with all their options, this seemed like the most logical option, because it was going to lead them to some type of financial gain. But they were in some type of illusion. Look at this black magic. They listened to it. They regret listening to it. They regret listening to the words. They were being extremely immature. That's where this child comes in. They were being extremely immature, thinking very immaturely, and they could have like prematurely cut you off and been so eager to pursue this opportunity with the Two of Wands and the Seven of Swords. They had an option. They had options, and the option they chose was very deceptive. You're going to find this out. You're going to find this out, Aries. All right, so the two last cards will be clarified. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching TT's Tarot. Is misunderstanding and courtship, which coincides with everything I've been saying. Misunderstanding. Things got lost in translation and taken out of context. Direct communication will clear the air. I almost feel like we don't have the Ten of Swords here on the spread, but I did see the Ten of Swords. We got the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak. Somebody could have broke your heart because their emotional manipulations were not working anymore. You were divinely guided to see what was going on. Clarify these two for me, please. Misunderstanding, courtship. Misunderstanding. Ooh, karmic connection in the reverse. They don't want you to see them as a karmic connection. They're going to blame they're going to say they're misunderstanding. They don't want you to see them as a karmic connection. They see you ascending, and they look, karmic connection in the reverse and ascension. They see you ascending. They don't want you to think of them as a karmic. They want to come up with you. Ooh, they could be in low vibrational energy right now. I'm going to be honest. But it could be because of who they're laid up with. I feel like at one point they were your divine partner. I do feel like they were your divine partner at one point. Until some twin flame in the reverse. Empress and the devil. So this other person has them convinced that they're their twin flame when they're a false twin flame to them. They really love you. They really are passionate about you, and they really want to be bound to you. And they have hope of this. You got twin flame in the reverse, vampire, karmic connection, ascension. So you're ascending either way. And they got stuck with this false twin flame, a karmic, and they could have left their divine partner over some illusion, some manipulation. Oh boy, are they regretting it. And if they're not, they will. Wow. Someone allowed someone to come in and just completely disrupt their whole life. Remember to place yourself where you go, Aries. Cross watchers are welcome. Ten of Wands, Ace of... And now they're burdened. Because they got a tower coming. For their secrets. You were innocent all along. You were the correct choice all along. Well, if you were wondering why somebody was taking so long, this is why. There's definitely somebody interfering with your innocence. Now they don't want to hold back anymore. Like, well, but now you're stuck over there with that whole witch over there. Well, Aries, I know our understanding is not his understanding, but just know this, like, this is not going to be in vain. This was divinely guided. For whatever reason, you were meant to say goodbye to somebody because they were definitely dealing with somebody that was envious of you and they were being very lustful. That's why they gaslit you. Spirit saying it's time to say goodbye. They may have been your divine partner, but they may have fell from grace. I'm so sorry, my loves. But they can't come with you because you are ascending. They got too much baggage to clear up before they can ascend. Let's see. Let's pull you one of the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Read you one more card. Spirit, tell me something for my Aries. What do my Aries need to hear? One more message for my Aries collective. Aries collective. If you guys want to leave a comment, let me know if it resonates. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm tuning in from Los Angeles. Just curious. It also helps me to pick up on your energy for future reads. All right, my Aries. One more message. Spirit, what do you want to tell Aries? Ancestors at the bottom. Aries. 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 Reflection. Freedom at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's time to do some reflecting on this whole situation. And I truly believe that when you do that, you will choose freedom, because there's just too much now. And there's so many more fish in the sea that you don't have to deal with any of this. Somebody didn't know your worth. I'm sorry, they're going to have to, try next lifetime. But they missed their opportunity. Reflection, freedom, adventure, wisdom. Yeah, you know too much. They did too much. Right. Yeah. Spirit's calling on you to really do some real soul searching thinking on this one, because they're never going to tell you their secret. But that's what, if you were wondering, is what caused this ending right here. That's what caused you your heartbreak. But Spirit is guiding you to bigger and better things, Aries. You are so loved by the divine that he couldn't let this continue to happen behind your back. It's time for change and playfulness, happiness, joy. Right? If you like the way I read, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Sorry. Confirmation. All right, my loves. I love you so much, and we will see you next time. Bye.